Representative Jasmine Crockett just delivered a brutal takedown of Todd Blanche. She said Blanche serves as the president's attorney, not the American people. She said he blocked investigations into the murders of Renee Good and Alex Prey. She said he gave Trump and his sons a super pardon protecting them from any investigation, audit, lawsuit, or prosecution.
He gave Trump and his sons a super pardon that gives them lifelong protection from any investigation, audit, lawsuit, or prosecution by any federal agency for any violation of federal law.
She said he created a $2 billion fund to pay January 6th insurrectionists. She said he is protecting pedophiles and sex traffickers in the Epstein files. She said he is threatening reporters with prosecution. She said he lied to federal judges and refused to abide by court orders. She said he is part of the DHS cover-up that uses taxpayer dollars to brutalize and kill people. She said he should never be Attorney General. She yielded. Let's watch.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you so much to the witnesses that are here, as well as other colleagues that are sitting in the audience. We're back again for another edition of the Republican Party's Great Replacement Theory Therapy Session, where all the white men of the House Judiciary Committee lecture Americans on the importance of mass deportations so that they preserve their so-called American values, like shooting and killing American citizens who are peacefully protesting, or stuffing hundreds of thousands of people into cages without proper nutrition or medical care. But nevertheless, in the time since our last hearing on this topic, more than 40 people have died while in ICE custody, of which 30% have died at a facility run by GEO Group, who happens to be the same private detention contractor that operates Delaney Hall. At multiple GEO facilities, individuals report dangerously substandard conditions, including mold, various outbreaks, including chickenpox, and insufficient food and water. Facilities operated by GEO have failed to comply with ICE's own national detention standards. In fact, on numerous occasions, the government found that GEO-run facilities had, quote, incompetent leadership, and that, quote, problematic medical care was occurring as a result, unquote. GEO has also been admonished by the courts, yet the chairman has not called anyone from the company to testify before this subcommittee, which is not surprising because they're pouring millions of dollars into Republican campaigns across the country. Let us play a game of follow the money, shall we? GEO Group has donated more than $1 million to Donald Trump's super PAC, nearly $1 million to Speaker Mike Johnson's super PAC, hundreds of thousands to John Thune's super PAC. So they spend millions to get Republicans elected around the country, and in return, they get federal contracts to operate detention facilities. Republicans in Congress ignore the fact that people are dying in their facilities because of inhumane conditions and potentially criminal negligence. Also, since our last hearing on this topic, ICE agents have killed 7 people, including the brutal murders of multiple American citizens. This is all occurring while DHS routinely violates federal law. In 2024, Congress passed a law that allows members of Congress to visit detention facilities without providing any prior notice. DHS has repeatedly violated this law. They have stopped members of Congress from entering detention facilities to conduct oversight visits. GEO Group and DHS have not only blocked members of Congress from entering their buildings, they have also blocked the state of New Jersey and the city of Newark from conducting their own oversight. The governor has called for the facility to be closed. The city of Newark has sued GEO. The New Jersey Attorney General successfully sued GEO so that health inspectors must be allowed into the facility. So a record number of people are dying in ICE's custody, mainly at facilities operated by GEO, and ICE is shooting and killing a record amount of people. Yet again, the chairman has failed to call any government official to testify before this subcommittee. No one from ICE, no one from CBP, no one from the DOJ, and no one from the White House. So Democratic members of Congress, like Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, have been conducting oversight themselves. In May of 2025, McIver was participating in a lawful congressional oversight visit at Delaney Hall with the mayor of Newark and other members of Congress. During the visit, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who wants to become the AG, ordered the violent arrest of Newark Mayor Ras Baraka. According to body cam footage worn by the violent federal officers, they arrested the mayor, quote, per the Deputy Attorney General of the United States. The federal agents also said that they would arrest anyone who would, quote, get in their way. The federal agents then violently assaulted the mayor, Rep. McIver, Rep. Bonnie Watson-Coleman, and Rep. Menendez. Todd Blanche is now prosecuting Rep. McIver instead of DHS and GEO officials who continue to break the law while a record amount of people are dying in their facilities or being shot and killed by DHS agents on the streets in America. This is one of the many reasons why Todd Blanche should never become the Attorney General of the United States. Last week, during his Senate confirmation hearing, the acting Attorney General said aloud what everyone here already knows, that he serves as the president's attorney and not on behalf of the American people. Blanche blocked investigations into the murders of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. He gave Trump and his sons a super pardon that gives them lifelong protection from any investigation, audit, lawsuit, or prosecution by any federal agency for any violation of federal law. He created the $2 billion fund to pay January 6 insurrectionists for attacking the Capitol. He's protecting the pedophiles and sex traffickers in the Epstein files. He's threatening reporters with prosecution. He's lied numerous times to federal judges and refused to abide by federal court orders. And just like the Republicans on this committee, he's part of the DHS cover-up that's using American taxpayer dollars to brutalize tens of thousands of people, even killing them. And when I say people, I'm talking about citizens and otherwise. If the Republicans really wanted to know what was happening at Delaney Hall or any other detention facility, they would push for unannounced congressional and independent oversight. Since the Republicans claim to be Christian, they should open their Bibles and read Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11, that states, quote, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Representative Jasmine Crockett just delivered a masterclass in how to expose the corruption, negligence, and brutality of the Trump administration's detention policies and the role of Todd Blanche in covering it all up. She did not come with a speech. She came with facts. She came with the names of the dead. She came with the money trail. And she left no doubt about the answer. The exchange between Crockett and the committee was not just a routine hearing. It was a confrontation about the fundamental question of whether the government will protect the lives of those in its custody or continue to profit from their suffering. It was about whether the justice system will serve the public or serve the powerful. Crockett began by pointing out the pattern. She said more than 40 people have died in ICE custody, with 30% at GEO group facilities. She said conditions at these facilities are substandard: mold, outbreaks, insufficient food and water. She said the government found incompetent leadership and problematic medical care. She said the courts have admonished GEO. Yet the chairman has not called anyone from the company to testify. She said that is not surprising because GEO is pouring millions into Republican campaigns. She listed the donations. More than $1 million to Trump's Super PAC, nearly $1 million to Mike Johnson's Super PAC, hundreds of thousands to John Thune's Super PAC. She said they spend millions to get Republicans elected, and in return, they get federal contracts to operate detention facilities. She said Republicans ignore the deaths because of the money. The numbers are staggering. More than 40 deaths, 30% at GEO facilities, millions of dollars in campaign contributions. The connection is clear. The money is buying silence. It is buying contracts. It is buying the right to operate facilities where people are dying. The pattern is unmistakable. Private detention companies donate to politicians. Politicians give them contracts. People die in their facilities. Politicians ignore the deaths. The cycle continues. Crockett then turned to the killings. She said ICE agents have killed 7 people, including American citizens. She said DHS routinely violates federal law. She said Congress passed a law allowing members to visit detention facilities without notice. She said DHS has repeatedly violated that law. She said they have blocked members of Congress from entering. They have blocked the state of New Jersey and the city of Newark. The governor called for the facility to be closed. The city sued GEO. The attorney general successfully sued so that health inspectors must be allowed in. The law is clear. Congress has the right to conduct oversight. DHS is ignoring that right. It is blocking oversight. It is hiding the conditions inside its facilities. It is preventing the public from knowing what is happening. That is not just a violation of the law. It is a violation of the principles of democracy. The people have a right to know what their government is doing. The government is hiding the truth. Crockett then turned to the arrest of Newark Mayor Ras Baraka. She said Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche ordered the violent arrest of the mayor during a congressional oversight visit. She said body cam footage shows the arrest was ordered by Blanche. She said federal agents arrested anyone who got in their way. She said they assaulted the mayor and 3 members of Congress. She said Blanche is now prosecuting one of the members of Congress instead of DHS and GEO officials. She said this is one of the reasons Blanche should never be Attorney General. The arrest of a mayor and members of Congress is not a routine law enforcement action. It is an attack on the separation of powers. It is an attack on congressional oversight. It is an attack on democracy. Blanche ordered the arrest. He is responsible. He should be held accountable. Instead, he is prosecuting the people he assaulted. He is using the justice system to punish his critics. He is using it to cover up his own crimes. Crockett then listed Blanche's crimes. She said he serves as the president's attorney, not the American people. She said he blocked investigations into the murders of Renee Good and Alex Prey. She said he gave Trump and his sons a super pardon. She said he created a $2 billion fund for insurrectionists. She said he is protecting pedophiles and sex traffickers in the Epstein files. She said he is threatening reporters. She said he has lied to federal judges and refused to abide by court orders. She said he is part of the DHS cover-up that is using taxpayer dollars to brutalize and kill people. She said when she says people, she means citizens and otherwise. The list is long. The pattern is clear. Blanche is not a public servant. He is a political operative. He is using the Justice Department to protect the president and his allies. He is using it to attack the president's enemies. He is using it to cover up crimes. He is using it to enrich himself and his friends. He is not fit to be Attorney General. Crockett's argument is devastating. She did not need to prove that the detention system is broken. She only needed to show that it is corrupt. She showed that people are dying in GEO facilities. She showed that GEO is buying influence with Republican politicians. She showed that DHS is violating the law. She showed that Blanche ordered the arrest of a mayor and members of Congress. She showed that Blanche is prosecuting his critics instead of investigating the deaths. She showed that Blanche is protecting the president and his allies. She showed that the system is not serving the public. It is serving the powerful. The deaths are not accidents. They are the result of negligence. They are the result of corruption. They are the result of a system that prioritizes profit over human life. The system is designed to make money. It is not designed to protect people. It is not designed to provide care. It is not designed to uphold the law. It is designed to enrich the wealthy and powerful. The larger issue here is not just about detention. It is about the corruption of the justice system. It is about whether the government will protect the lives of those in its custody or continue to profit from their suffering. Crockett argued that it should protect them. She argued that the government should not be in the business of killing people for profit. She argued that the government should not be in the business of covering up deaths. She argued that the government should not be in the business of protecting criminals. She was right. The detention system is not just broken. It is corrupt. It is being run for profit. It is being run to benefit the wealthy and powerful. It is being run at the expense of the vulnerable. The people in detention are not just numbers. They are human beings. They have families. They have lives. They have dignity. They deserve to be treated with respect. They deserve to be treated with humanity. They deserve to be protected. They are not getting that. They are getting death. They are getting neglect. They are getting abuse. They are getting profit. Crockett's use of scripture is the most important part of the exchange. She quoted Ephesians 5:11, "Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them." She was calling on Republicans to reject the corruption. She was calling on them to condemn the deaths. She was calling on them to hold the administration accountable. She was calling on them to live up to their professed values. She was right. The Republican Party claims to be Christian. It claims to value life. It claims to value justice. It claims to value accountability. But it is ignoring the deaths. It is ignoring the corruption. It is ignoring the cover-up. It is not reproving the works of darkness. It is fellowshipping with them. It is complicit in the deaths. It is complicit in the cover-up. It is complicit in the corruption. The hearing ended without the Republicans offering a meaningful defense. They sat there. They listened. They did not respond. They could not. The facts were too damning. The deaths were too numerous. The corruption was too clear. Crockett had done her job. She had held them accountable. She had exposed the truth. She had made it clear that the American people deserve better. The question now is whether the American people will listen. Will they demand accountability? Will they demand justice? Will they demand an end to the corruption? Or will they continue to tolerate a system that profits from suffering and death? Representative Crockett said more than 40 people have died in ICE custody. She said GEO Group has donated millions to Republican campaigns. She said ICE agents have killed 7 people. She said DHS has violated the law. She said Todd Blanche ordered the arrest of a mayor and members of Congress. She said Blanche is prosecuting his critics. She said he should never be Attorney General. The American people deserve better.